What's up, everybody? Welcome to Cracker Hunters, Carolina Hitman.
I'm Anubis.
Today we got another Quarter of the Dead video to talk about today. And this is another suggestion from Hank Slat. Thank you for, sorry about the mispronunciation of your name, sir. Sorry. It looks like Slot. I'm just saying it does. I've never seen a Slat with a G in it.
Well, it's probably one of those things, it's like that's the only way he could actually make his own name, you know, because the other ones were taken.
Well, fair enough. Yeah. It doesn't look like Slat, by the way.
It is. It's silent.
Yeah, that's right.
The D is silent.
Yeah, but we got another suggestion, and I thought it was a really good one. I think it was Hank Slat, and then maybe another actually subscriber, forgot which one it was, that actually suggested this particular video. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go over each faction. You know, the flesh, the bone, and the spirit,
And the other.
and the non.
What's the word? Non-affiliated.
Yes. Oh, see, that's why I have it, man. That's right.
Yeah,
but non-affiliated.
Non-affiliated characters.
So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about each one in pertaining to their statues, like which faction makes the best statues so far, because we got some coming out later on that look like look pretty good.
They might be up there.
Yeah.
Now, are we going to do the best statue per faction?
I would say no, just the we're gonna go over all the all the characters in there.
Okay.
And then and at the end I guess we'll say which faction we think makes the best ones.
Well, I mean, it's obvious choice on each. I think it's an obvious choice on the best statue per faction.
Well, yeah, I mean we can do that too. Like the best statue per faction, and then the best. Got my mic wrapped around. There we go. And the best faction, in general, like as a whole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, which faction you want to start off with?
Just go with Bone first.
All right, we'll get Bone, yeah. So the Bone faction. So so far, what we won't do is we won't include
the ones coming out.
Yeah, we won't do that yet
because we don't have them physically. We can't really compare it right yet.
Yeah, we can base our opinions on what we think they'll be like, but for right now, we don't have the statue in hand to compare it to all the other ones and no blah blah blah.
Yeah, because I mean anything can happen.
Yes. So in the Bone faction we have what? Zial,
Denethal, and Mortogul.
Yes. Oh man. And this faction has some of the most detailed. I think this faction for me is probably the most detailed faction out of all of the different factions. Like with I'll start with Mortogul. Mortogul, I don't think like him as a whole, like his face is all right and everything like that, but man, the detail on his armor is what stands out for me. Like
that would be a big piece of the detail when it, like I agree with what you're saying.
Right. And I think honestly, he's probably the most detailed character out of the entire Quarter of the Dead.
See, I don't know. I don't know about that, man, because I think the character himself is a little bit overdone.
Talking about the skeletal character?
Yeah. I mean,
it's a Bone faction though.
Yeah, but they've got like, well, when we get to the other character, we'll go with that. But like, he's such a I don't want to say ripoff because he's not really a ripoff, but I mean the skeleton army guy.
That's not it, but that's. You know what? That's in every fantasy media though.
Any kind of D&D,
any fantasy, whatever.
80s like demon movie. I mean, hell, even back in like the 50s, man.
But that's what I'm saying. Every form of fantasy has a skeletal character, whether it's an army. But the good thing about Mortogul is he's not a generic looking skeletal guy.
No, they just kind of made him a general.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But his armor alone is so detailed.
I mean, when you're that high up, you know.
Well, fair enough. Yeah, yeah.
You
don't want no offbeat
shit.
Like
just a bland ass fucking chest plate.
Right.
You know, like bitch, put some cool shit.
Put some respect on my chest plate. Yeah. But I just think for me, like he's the most detailed character out of the entire Quarter of the Dead.
Yeah, but remember, you're saying the entire Quarter of the Dead, dude. I mean, even against Melvestros.
Melvestros is the best overall character and the best look. But as far as detail, man, the etching on that dude's armor had to have taken forever.
I don't know. I can't say detail. Maybe intricacy. The most intricate character. I mean, there's a lot of
I can get with that.
things.
I can get with that. So yeah, the most intricate character the coordinator has. Okay, I can get with that. Then so as we got Mortal Gold. Now we got Dimethal. Now Dimethal is the tallest out of all of them, but I think like Dimethal kind of, I don't want to say falls flat.
There's a lot. There's a lot in that statue that has issues.
And not quality wise, by the way. We're just talking about far as I think he's probably the most generic looking one out of all of them.
'Cause, I mean, you got a skeleton head. I mean, kind of bland armor.
Right.
Mixed media that covers up everything.
Yeah.
And a scythe.
Right. And
it should have gave him something else.
And I agree, and especially for the price point at the time, which was $1,000, by the way. But I think I can agree with you on that. I think Dimethal is probably the most generic character as far as the look of him. He's the most generic looking one out of all the characters of the Quarter did.
I maybe overstepped when I said his chest plate was a little bland, because that's pretty intricate too.
It is, but it's
no
Mortal Gold. Yeah. But I just think like he is the most generic one. As far as if you're gonna say a skeletal army kind of type, that dude, he would probably be the one you would show and be the one that would be the one like, okay, I've seen this before.
Right.
Like Mortal Gold had so much on his armor, and this look of him looked so detailed.
Right.
Or intricate. Yeah. But like I said, but Dimethal is just, he looks generic. I mean, honestly.
Honestly, if you look at like a
even his base is very plain.
Well, I mean, if you look at a character that's like Death.
Right.
That's basically Dimethal.
Right. And I like I said, that's my only negative of Dimethal, is he does look generic. I love the look of the character. I love the statue itself.
No, it's still a cool statue.
Right, but it is the most generic looking statue out of all the Quarter did.
And that's like the one with the biggest mixed media problem too.
Yeah, I know you hate
Honestly,
that.
it does. It bothers me greatly, man. Because you look at like his shin guards and his boots and stuff like that, dude. All that detail is covered.
Right.
By mixed media. That probably doesn't even really need to be there.
I can see
it
that.
It doesn't even add to the statue. It takes more away than it adds.
Honestly, I can actually agree with that, because you do lose a lot. We're looking at him right now, by the way.
And you can't even move it back.
Right, and it is very stationary. Like you can't really move. Like you can adjust, like to show some wind is flapping it, but you can't move it back or anything to show the detail underneath.
Like you would be with like a cloak or like
a
it's
cape. It's pretty stiff and solid, so you can't really adjust it to the point where you can see all that detail.
Right, you literally have to get up in there and move it like you're looking up a skirt.
Right, so we got Dimethal, and now we're going to move on to one of the best statues the Quarter has ever produced, and that's Zial. Like that's the best.
That is an original character.
Yes, and she's the best one out of all so far. By the way, like I said, they still have some characters coming up, but like I said, we're not going to talk about them. But
as of right now,
she's the best character in the Bone faction, best looking statue,
and she is an original looking character.
Yes, she is.
For something when you hear something so straightforward as Bone faction,
right?
That's definitely what you would kind of think though with Zial, like the actual skin. She doesn't even have skin. It's just basically bone.
Right, and they made it's bone, but they gave her features to where it doesn't just look like a skeletal.
Something stiff.
Yeah, they gave her some like humanizing. I don't want to say humanizing, but I'm trying to think I can't think of the word. Everybody, I'm sorry.
It looks like there's plenty of points of like where if you met somebody like that, there's plenty of points of articulation, almost like an insect, like an exoskeleton.
Right, yeah. Okay,
like a perfect looking exoskeleton for a humanoid character.
And just the look of that character, man. And they did so much detailed work on her.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, her statue, like it looks like bone. Like the painting the
texture,
the texture and painting they did on that, man, it looks like bone. But also looks like, man, I'm trying to. It
doesn't look like armor. It looks more like bone mixed with a little bit of fuck, almost even like kind of like a corset and like
Right,
vestments.
yeah, and that's the thing is that the vestments and corset look like bone too.
Yeah.
like they did an amazing job on that one.
It's really hard to explain, but when you really look at the statue, you get it.
Yeah, and it's an amazing statue. Like, and
It's cool. It's fucking cool, and it's original. I love that.
Me too, and she is the best character so far, best looking character in the Bone Faction right now.
Yeah, when it comes to you talking about Bone Faction, best character, or not best character,
not best character, but best overall best statue. Yeah, it's y'all.
It's y'all,
and it's not even
hands
close.
down.
Yeah, it's not even close at all. And so and she's one of my favorites in general, just because of the overall look of her.
She's definitely top 5.
Oh, easily, yeah, easily. Like I think she's in my top 5.
Yeah, as of right now.
Yeah, as of right now, yeah. I love saying that because I'm excited for some of the upcoming statues, man.
Me too.
Oh, man, I think there's gonna be some serious shakeups in our next top 10 when we go to get them, man. Oh, but so that's all the characters in the Bone Faction. So what faction? Well, you pick the first one. Fuck it. We're gonna talk about the Spirit Faction next. So in the Spirit Faction we have one of my favorites, and I know it's not a lot of people's favorites because of the particular look he has, but Avarkus. Avarkus is one of the Spirit Faction members.
He's one of mine too, man.
Right, but I know, and I can understand everyone's legitimate complaints about the overall horrified look he has, like as far as the intestines and stuff like that. I can understand it.
It's the gore factor.
Right, and I can understand it. But that does not take away from how detailed and how awesome he looks.
It kind of does take it a little bit out of the running, though.
No, it don't. He's still a very good looking statue.
I agree. But then again, you got all these collectors. You have collectors who look at this statue and they're like, "Oh man, that's kind of gruesome."
Right.
And then the significant other's like, "Yeah, that's not going up. That's not going to be in my living
which
room."
I'm pretty. There was a couple. I think Raptor Rancher. It was like, my wife's like, that. She's not having that in there. And like I said, I completely understand because it is a very gory horror movie kind of looking character, and I can understand that or statue.
He's honestly just his character in general. He's just a fucking bad guy.
And he really is, yeah. Don't worry, everybody. We're actually getting closer to starting to release those character bios. There we are.
Yeah, we figured out
character spotlights. That's what
we've almost figured out how to do it.
So I'd say within the next 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month, we'll have the first one up. Hopefully before that, but that'll be the max. So there's a couple of things I've got to go purchase to add to that, but they're coming, and we're excited to do those. By the way, but Avarkus. So we got him in the Spirit Faction, and we have which is one of my favorite statues and characters, Kair.
Version 1 and 2.
Yeah, version 1 and 2.
Both of them are cool.
Yeah, they are. Version 2 is the best. I think version 2 is easily top 10 of the Court of the Dead statues. That's and I don't think it's a question. The version 2 of Kair is easily a top 10. Maybe top 5, depending on how you feel about the look of that. I would say close to top 5, but no less than top 10.
It's hard. I'm sorry, everybody, but it's hard for me, man, because I want to throw in my personal opinion. But I mean, I definitely agree with you on Kair version 2 being one of the top 5s.
Right.
And not only that, man, just the detail in her character is interesting.
Both and the colors they use for that grayish blue
goes from the blue, the light sky blue, to the dark red.
And I like how they did where the further you got down her legs and to her feet, it's like black, which is what it would look like. And they did a really good job of simulating that kind of her walking in blood and stuff like that. It's an amazing statue. Both of them are.
We're not really 100% sure if it's for real, like a stain on her skin,
right, or a tattoo. Because someone said it's tattooed, but I don't know. I have not said. I have to look. I haven't seen anything that said it's a tattoo, but
I mean, it would almost make sense though.
But it would, yeah, and I can even agree. But
honestly, I would love for her to be our first character bio.
She's going to be our first one.
Okay,
she's an interesting character.
Yeah.
But so we have Kair, which both her statues are really good.
Yeah.
And then the last one we have is Oglevel,
the
the Executioner, and he's another one I'm excited for his bio. But
they portrayed him very well in that statue.
and they portrayed him like looking as a brute force type dude.
No.
But you say that, but he's the executioner. So I would see, because look at his blades, they're huge. Like he has like a brunt. I'm not saying just a brute dummy. I'm just saying that his statue portrays that look that you need of an executioner. Like
Right.
you want the executioner to be kind of a brute force type dude that can
throw down a sword that you don't even really gravity fucking does your job.
Right, right, yeah. But it's just like those huge ass swords he has. That's a good indicator of that executioner role, which I'm excited to talk about him.
I don't know, man. Honestly, though, you look at like executioner, you figure it'd be like an axe or something. That would seem like it would almost make sense.
But that would be boring.
It would be boring. That's why I really kind of enjoy the Oglaville, you know, 'cause,
Right.
you know, one's enough.
Right, one of those big ass swords are enough.
One's enough. But
And
you
he
know
has
what?
two.
You know what? Throw him another one.
Because why not?
Yeah, because fuck you. That's why.
Yeah, them things are huge.
Yeah.
They're almost as big as like a quarter of the size of what he is.
Yeah.
So and
It's basically, it's not as much as the great knife from Pyramid Head,
Right.
but it's still pretty big.
And I think too, man, that his mixed media was done in a way that you could push it back to where you could see, which his doesn't have a lot of detail underneath.
Honestly,
So-
I honestly think that he's got one of the better mixed medias because it adds more to the statue than it takes away.
Right, because you
So,
got the hooks and stuff at the back where it's connected to his cloth and everything.
And plus, if you push it back, there's really not much underneath.
And it's really not. Like, he's
So-
one of the few people that it doesn't really matter if it's in front of him or covering
Right.
up a lot of the underneath, because it's actually not very detailed.
But
like
I
you
mean,
said.
hell, he doesn't even really have much going on. You
Right.
know, it's almost like he floats. It's not like he walks.
Right.
Now, if they would have gave him some like goat hooves or something, that would have been really interesting.
Well, we'll see what version, the
Version
newer version.
2.
Well,
Yeah.
is that really
Eh,
version
okay,
2?
the reboot.
Yeah, version 1.5.
I almost bet the base you can connect Scratch to it.
I hope so. I hope they keep that kind of
original
feature.
Scratch.
Yeah, I hope so. But so we got those three characters in the Spear faction. So now we're finna move on to the Flesh one. So we got Gethsemane, the Queen of the Dead.
Yeah, version 1 and 2.
Yeah, version 1 and 2. I'm more of a fan of her second version statue than you are. I know you love the first one because it's more elegant.
Yeah, she just looks like a queen in that first one.
And that's fair enough. But I think like from what it seems like, they're going for a more
necromancy look.
Not even just that, but a more war-ready queen and everything. Like, because if you look at a lot of the versions that have come out with Kair, Gallivar, that it's
they're
more
ready
of a-
for war.
Yeah, it's like they get close to the war, so they're showing their warriors type thing.
And we're looking around, people. So
Yeah, so don't mind us.
Yeah.
There'll be something up. I'm gonna do something a little special this time.
Yeah.
For this one. So there'll be something up where you can see the statues in depth.
Yeah.
But she's not one of my favorites. Like the version 1's not. Version 2 is one of my favorites.
You know, both of the versions though, each one of them's got something special. Like, you know, you were talking about in version 2, she's more like the ready for war and full on practicing her necromancy.
Right.
And then in version 1, which I like the best because you've got her little. It's really
There's a lot of
her
people
as
that
a
agree with you, too.
queen. There's her as a queen with her little minions.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I like about her base too. The little
But
minions.
It's not even about the base; it's just about the character itself too. You know,
Right.
it adds to it, and plus, you know, the tattoo on her back looks
yeah,
good
that's cool.
on both of them.
Yep.
And you know, you just see Queen when it comes to her, and it's really one of Death's almost biggest regrets. We'll talk about that when we go into the battles.
Right. Yes. But so we got Gethsemane.
No,
Now we got
Gallivar.
Gallivar, which version 1 and 2, which version 1 trumps version 2 easily. Is that
Yeah.
Yeah, come on now.
No,
Let's
I mean,
not
I
pretend.
agree with you. I agree with you, but you got to look at the differences between the characters. You got
Right.
You got like water-based, and you got land-based.
Right. And I completely understand, the difference,
Right.
the way they were going to look a lot more different than each other because, like you said, one's water-based, one's land-based. And one is a
But
siren.
version 1 is better.
Oh yeah, that's not even
Okay,
close.
so-
Yeah, version 1's better.
Yeah.
But she's an interesting character too.
Oh.
Like she went from a siren to an assassin.
No, she was always an assassin. She can just.
Well, yeah, even when she wasn't, even in her, which I don't want to get too much detail.
No, what it is she's always an assassin. But the thing is she's her ability to adapt to a surrounding.
Right.
That's what she can like morph whatever she needs to get. To
and that's what it seems like.
You know, that's what it is. And we'll talk about that in about too.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is. So we got Galavarb, and now we got the final one, and that's Cleopsis, which that's my top 3. That's easily one of my top 3.
Yeah.
Like that statue is
that's detailed.
Yeah.
Not only that, but like the Egyptian symbolism in it.
Right. That's what helps her statue stand out. Oh, you know what? We didn't even talk about the best statue in Spirit faction.
Let's talk. Well,
it's Kaya version 2, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just throw that out there. It's Kaya version 2.
But Bone faction is Zeal.
Yeah. So now we're on the flesh. I think Cleopsis is easily, like I said, easily one of the top 3 statues that Cordet has made. That base is so detailed with all the scarabs on there, and just the look of her, that Egyptian kind of look, I think that's what helps her stand out from everybody else. And that's really what makes her a lot more unique.
Well, it's almost like you got something from every different kind of religion in the world, and or past religions and stuff like that. And then you got Cleopsis, who really embraces that Egyptian look. You got her crown that she wears, and it's like an asp. It really looks like, and not only that, she's even holding the bone,
bone version of a
skeletonized asp.
We're assuming that's what it is, by the way, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it would, especially with all the scarabs and all the hieroglyphs and stuff on her base.
Yeah,
it would be ridiculous if we were wrong.
I'm not going to deny that. I think
it's almost like a Court of the Dead version of the asp.
Right, just skeletal.
Yeah, or no, like just a Court of the Dead version of that snake.
Right.
So you can see a lot of the Egyptian inside of this character, and even the death mask.
Oh yeah, because I have the unmasked version, but I prefer.
It's so much better.
The unmasked version?
Yeah.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Okay, maybe I have to go dig it out and start posting her.
The masked version itself is cool. It's cool, but I would rather. If it was
detailed, it is more detailed.
If it was me personally, I would pose it without the mask.
Okay, I may have to go dig that out then. So we got all 3 of those. So we got Cleopsis.
No, we got one more. We got one more to go.
No. So I'm just recapping the flesh faction.
Okay.
No, we got Gethsemane, Cleopsis, and Galavarb. So now we got
who's the best one in the flesh faction?
Flesh faction, if you want.
Remember, we've already voted on this one.
It's Galavarb version 1. Yeah. Cleopsis is coming in at a close second, but it is Galavarb version 1. Like that's such an amazing statue.
It really kind of
is. That's like 1 and 2 for me.
There's so much to go with both of the statues. But I think that Galavarb has a little bit more to offer.
Well, yeah, she does. Like a little bit more detail.
Not by much.
Yeah, it's a thin margin for me. Like I said,
it's razor thin.
Yeah, right. Razor thin margin. Us and our Samurai Champloo. But so now we're gonna move on to the what was it?
There's unaffiliated.
Yeah, and the unaffiliated ones, and that's Death and Melivestros. Death, of course. I think they did a good job on him. Like, what really helps him stand out is that he has all those separate masks that you can switch out for each faction. That's one of the things I love about him, is you can switch them out. His base is, I like the color of his base. I like the overall look of his vestments and
He's
stuff.
He's got a lot more accessories.
Yes, he does.
Accessories than any other character.
Yeah, so especially on his vestments, all the hanging metal and stuff like that, and his scythe is metal. That was a major thing.
Yeah. Oh, he's an awesome statue.
Oh yeah, he is. Like he's easily.
But then again, he is kind of like the top dog in the whole Court of the Dead. So they really had to go all out.
They did,
and I really loved his base too.
Me too. Like I know there was a couple people who didn't, and I understand what their points of view.
If you're Death though, you kind of have to. You kind of have to stand on your souls.
Right? Yeah. I can understand. And I understood when they explained it. I understood their complaints.
Yeah.
Completely justified and completely understood. I still agree with Anubis. With Death, you have to have him standing on some souls, man.
Yeah, there's got to be something
that
raises him above. and it just stepping on souls.
Right, and
it's kind of perfect.
And like I said, I like his base too.
Yeah.
Now on like Melivestros, I don't even need to say any more about that. What do I need? Yeah. What do I?
Let's go ahead. You want to keep talking about Melivestros? I mean,
like what have we said that we have not said about that statue? Like again, everybody knows. For me, that's the best statue Quarter Day has released. And it's not even close for me.
My personal favorite
is Galavar.
Right. But I do realize and understand that Melivestros is the best statue.
Right. That's the statue I judge all Quarter Day statues with. I'm waiting for a statue to come knock him off that perch he's been sitting on. That pedestal I placed him on. I've been waiting for a statue to come knock him off. And
I don't know.
There's a couple coming up.
I don't know if they're really going to hit it though, man.
I don't know, man. It's hard. But there are a couple statues that are coming up, like Elliot.
I don't know, man. When you put something on a pedestal, dude, it's almost goddamn near impossible to knock it off of that.
And it's not, but it's almost, but it's not. And so far, in your opinion, has any statue come close to knocking him off? Let's be real.
If we go by our
not a person.
If we go by, yeah, no, like I'm saying, if we go by our structure that we do our reviews on, no.
But like I say, I know everybody has their personal favorites, but
if you go by our structure, the way that we do
just
our
objectively,
reviews,
and yeah, exactly, just objectively looking at the quality and overall look of that statue, there is not a single Quarter Day statue that has come close, in my opinion, to being as good as
There's only one other statue in the collection, though,
that even comes close to that,
and maybe even ties it.
And that's Galavar.
No, I'm not talking about Court of the Dead anymore. I'm talking about in the collection.
Oh, in my collection, yes, that's the Alien King.
Yeah, that's the only one that ties it.
And honestly, I wouldn't say knocks him off. I'd say because I can't. He's so much bigger.
Yeah.
But as far as those two are equal. Like because of their look.
That's why I said ties it.
That's the only one that even ties that statue.
But in the Court of the Dead world, there's not one yet.
Not even yet. I'm holding. There's a couple upcoming that I'm hoping knocks him off.
I think the big thing that when it comes to knocking him off that pedestal, there's two really gigantic things. One is the base.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to top.
That's going to be hard to beat. And the number two thing is the color palette.
Yeah, and that's what someone was saying because I was I think it's Mep, yes. And I can see where he was coming from.
Yeah.
Or her, I don't know if it's a female or
not.
But yeah. But I can understand where they were coming from.
There you go.
Because for me, I think Ravlatch has a good shot at coming close to maybe knocking him off.
Okay.
But like
if you go by the prototype, the one I think Ravlatch, going by the prototype, has a better color palette.
I don't say better. I say
on par.
On par, okay. Yes.
But the base is Ravlatch's base.
Yeah.
Is under par, way under par compared to Melivestros.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, it's so hard.
It's gonna be.
It's hard to knock him off because you can take
it. Almost you have to build a perfect statue to beat Melivestros and Carolina's idea.
Right. You have to.
Like, honestly, in our actual. In our structure that we do our reviews, it's almost impossible to beat.
And that's why the Alien King is the only one that is, for me, in my collection.
But almost. That's almost.
They're tied. No, he's tied.
No, I'm just saying almost impossible.
Yeah, it's almost. And the only one that is even tied in my collection, of course, because I know there's other statues that's come out that I can't afford, of course. But in my collection.
Yeah, but that's all Prime 1 stuff, man. That's a whole different level.
Right. And in my collection, the only one that has come close because the color palette and the base was so awesome was the Alien King because both of those things were so well done that's the only statue I've seen that comes close to matching Melivestros because Melivestros, awesome base, awesome color palette, and overall statue.
Right.
The Alien King is the only one that even come close to that.
You know, there's a fun little thing though. I think that Melivestros has on top of all the other characters. You know, he's not part of any faction.
Right.
He's not affiliated. So that gives you.
Then that tied.
Okay, so Sideshow has all this freedom to do all the Court of the Dead with. But Malavestros is another step along that freedom.
Right.
They've taken this basic character, this jester,
Right.
and they have nailed it.
And because and I agree with what you said in the previous video.
But then again, they've nailed it so much to where they're putting every little faction into him.
Right. You got the spirit. You got the bone.
Not only that, his title.
Right.
His title, the Chronicler.
Yep.
That is another bonus for him.
Right. So he gets to see all the other shit everybody else does and gets to write it down and like make fun of it.
And then not only get to
Well,
make
tell
fun
the
of
truth
it,
while making fun of it. No, that's the thing about comedians.
and then dress himself up with it.
Right.
You know,
and
it's just
it's gonna be hard to.
He's such an awesome character.
He is, and that's one of the things I think that what makes him so unique and such a hard character to top.
Honestly,
is because he's not tied to any specific faction that you have to add elements of. He basically has elements from all three.
Right. So let's talk about it.
Yeah. So
I want to add another thing.
So
I want to add one more
go
thing.
ahead.
Okay, Carolina, if you could pick a mascot for Court of the Dead,
Malavestros. Like it's not even close. Like if I wanted to show a statue to get people to want to purchase the Court of the Dead, it would be Malavestros. It would either be Malavestros or Galavarb at a close second because of all the detail with her. It would be one of those two. Malavestros for me.
Do you really think they really symbolize or just really show Court of the Dead?
Yes.
But
those two
characters,
what I'm saying is that I'm basing mine off I'm basing my opinion off of the fact if I want to get people
to buy
to invest in this line to get them interested in it. Those two statues are the two statues I would put in the forefront to get people interested in buying this line.
That's actually a pretty good move too, because one, both the Jester and the Mermaid are really well-known characters.
Exactly. And it's not even just that, is that they look so well done.
Yeah, they're beautiful characters. They're beautiful statues.
Right, and it goes to the quality and the design choices they make. Those two would be the statues I would push to the forefront to get people interested. And just, in my opinion, everybody, to get people interested in the Court of the Dead, to get them excited and like, man, this looks awesome. Maybe I need to start looking at this line and stuff like that. Those would be the two.
Personally, which statue I would pick would be Death.
Okay, well that's not a bad idea.
With all of his accessories.
Right.
Because, we always hear about like Death or the Grim Reaper or something like that. That is a whole new rendition of the character.
It is, and it's a very unique rendition. He's not skeletal.
He's got flesh,
yes.
He's got bone on him. Not only that, you've got every faction built in every one of his
even
helmets,
his mask. Yeah, exactly, yep.
And the holders.
Right.
I mean, if I was going to do it, I would have to do it with all the accessories in front of it.
And that's a good, and I can't even disagree with you. That's a very good point.
That's how I would kind of advertise the Court of the Dead.
Right, with the Master of the Underworld.
With Big Death,
right?
Yeah,
I can completely understand that. That's a very valid point. I can get down with that.
Big old Court of the Dead symbol. It's cool, man. All right, I love this fucking line, man.
So now on to the part that is going to be hard to choose. Who do you, in your opinion, what faction you think? Because we're not going to include the non-affiliated ones because they're not actually affiliated. So we just want to throw them in there to talk about them. To be honest with you. So, which faction do you think makes the best looking statues? So far,
as of right now, I'm gonna go ahead and take Bone out because Bone only's got the one.
Zial?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's look at Spirit Faction. Spirit Faction has both the Kairs, both of them equally awesome.
As a thing, you could take even if you were only one to judge it on three characters apiece, you can interchange either one of those statues and it would be amazing.
Yeah.
Either one.
And still, I mean,
I think version 2 is better.
Of what, but by that question, I think Flesh has got it.
You think Flesh has got it?
I think Flesh has it.
Oh. So again, Simony, Cleopsis, and Galavarb?
Cleopsis, yeah, well, I mean, what about you? They're both of them are in your top 3.
Yeah, that's a very fair point. Yeah, that's a very fair point. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have to agree. I think the Flesh faction has the best looking statue so far.
And you know what's funny too is because I took the little Court of the Dead. Which faction would you be in? I'm in the Flesh faction.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
And crazy because I'm in the Spirit faction. But honestly, so far, what we've seen, I think the Flesh faction has the best overall statues
as of right now.
Right. Because they're, like I said, like we've said before,
we can't stress that enough. As of
right now. Because we're gonna come back and revisit this topic when I get.
And Court of the Dead is building up so
Exactly.
good. They're building up. It's more for all of us to talk about.
And what I love about that is, which we've already chosen our winner, Flesh, so we can just talk some shit now.
Yeah.
One thing I love about the Court of the Dead is that because it's Sideshow, you can see because I know some of the things I've looked at and they've lost, I think, some of the licenses or anything or something like that. I think they lost a couple of the licenses. Like Prime 1, that was a big, I'm not gonna go into detail, you have to look that up, but there was a big fallout with those two companies. So aside from the ones that are already, any new Prime 1 statues won't be sold through Sideshow.
The website.
Yeah, so you have to go to Prime 1's website for that. So they lost that. They lost a couple things. So you can tell they're making more of a push to their own original line, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I hope they continue to do. Because I think what makes it so
it's almost like a whole fun new story.
Right, and they can
from the ground up.
Yes, and that's what makes it so amazing is that they created their own universe, their own story, and they can do it's free range. They can do whatever they want, and that's what makes it so amazing.
How fun would it be if like 10, 15 years from now they started making movies off of it?
Oh, that'd be amazing. Like, I would love to see that. Hollywood fuck it up, but I would still love to see it.
I don't know, man. They did pretty good with Marvel Studios, so
that's an anomaly. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it like it is. That's an anomaly.
I agree with you. That
doesn't happen every day.
That'll probably
never happen again.
The only time that it's ever happened.
That's the first time that you ever had that happen. That's an anomaly, and I want to include that in there. But I'm hoping that
it'd be fun to talk
everybody.
about.
I hope because I can honestly tell. Everybody loves our Court of the Dead videos, man.
Yeah.
Because those are the ones that everybody loves to comment on, everybody watches, and we appreciate it because we love talking about the Court of the Dead. There's so many videos that we intend on doing about the Court of the Dead, and I hate to say this, we have to do this because I'm a very limited collector, as is Anubis. You know, I only collect aliens, predators, horror, Court of the Dead. As you can tell by my collection, those are the four main things I collect. So there's a big lull in between each statue that I have to get sometimes.
Yeah.
So I don't want our subscribers to feel like we don't want to do new statues. I don't want to do. I'm a regular dude. I don't have as the news. We don't have sponsors and all that shit yet. I hope
one day maybe.
Court of the Dead, we're looking at you.
Yeah.
But one day, but we don't have the funds to just go buy a statue every week. So we have to
limit.
We have to. Well, not even that. We have to put. We want to still communicate and put content out for our people. For our subscribers. So it just may not be a new statue every week. So sometimes we got to space it out. Maybe sometimes it's 2 or 3 weeks video, and sometimes it has something to do with our schedules too.
Carolina's a limited collector when it comes to
I'm very particular.
Predators, Court of the Dead. That's basically and horror movies.
Yeah, that's really it. Because that's the theme of my collection, and I've been sticking with it.
Mine's more along the lines of like comic books and video games.
Right. So both of us have a limited thing because I don't want to just buy statues to review them because I'm not going to keep them and I don't want to, and I just don't want to do that. I like just putting quality content out just where we can sit down and talk about the Court of the Dead because that's our favorite line.
Yeah.
Like I can talk about the Court of the Dead. We've probably been talking about this for about 30, 40 minutes
now.
I
love talking about anything, to be honest with you. Honestly, this is becoming is becoming my favorite thing to talk about.
Right, I can tell, yeah. So everybody, I don't want our subscribers to think that we're just making videos just to make them. No, we put a lot of thought into this, and we take your suggestions into account.
We really try hard on these.
It's just that sometimes we're broke. Man, we're just two hardworking dudes that don't have the money
we
to afford.
we got kids, we got family.
Yep, exactly.
You know.
We got bills to pay. So sometimes our funds aren't as readily available as we like.
And some of us have really terrible luck.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So just I don't want our subscribers to just start dropping off, man, because like these guys aren't talking about anything new or anything. So just be patient, honestly, like because if you see any new Quarter of the Dead statue, we're getting. We're going to review it and we're going to purchase it.
I'll tell you one that I've been wanting to try and start. I really want to try and start working on the Mortal Kombat line. I really want to try and start collecting that.
And
because, man,
right.
I love Mortal Kombat. I love video games. You know, Carolina's more of a Street Fighter guy.
Because it's better.
I mean, that's fine.
It's better.
It's okay. I mean, if it's whatever.
It's better.
I don't know about that. Maybe we'll talk about that one day.
It's better.
I don't think so.
But, well, let's stick with the Quarter of the Dead. But anyway.
But I would really love to start collecting the Mortal Kombat line, and I'm pretty sure I've mentioned to one of our subscribers about that. And, you know, it would just be really fun to talk about. I think you would enjoy it.
I would. No, I'm not gonna lie. I would. I just love talking to everybody. So
love talking shit.
Yeah, I do.
It's fine.
Yeah. So everybody, you have our particular picks. Like we think, as far as us, we think the Flesh faction makes the best statue so far. As of now, and I'm curious to see some of the other statues that are coming up that adds to each faction to where we'll be at in another few months. It may change by then, but as of right now, Flesh faction takes this.
Hold on, wait a minute, one more second. I think, do you want to talk about the pictures and the portraits?
That's way too much. Way too damn much.
Those are cool too, for real.
They are. Like, and but
maybe a different video.
That's one thing we'll talk about in another video. The Quarter of the Dead artwork.
Yeah, we've never really talked about.
We've not. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. We'll talk about the Quarter of the Dead artwork because you can't see them, but I have a lot of the Quarter of the Dead art and art prints and everything.
When you see me gazing off, that's what I'm looking
at. And I have a lot of them.
Yeah.
So like I said, we're big supporters of the Quarter of the Dead. So, hey. But so let us know in the comment section which faction you think has the best overall statues. And if you want to, which statue in each faction is the best one in your opinion.
And if you could just disregard the unaffiliated characters.
Yeah, we just wanted to talk about some shit. You know? Yeah. Any excuse to throw Miller Vecios in there, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But we thank y'all for joining us today, man. Let us know in the comment section what faction takes it and which statue inside each faction takes it. But thank y'all for joining us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification, man, to get notified of our future videos. Carolina Hitman.
I'm Anubis.
We'll see y'all next time. Peace.